Hello everyone, welcome to Shet Vidya Mandir Junior College of Commerce and Science audio video lecture series. This is your maths professor Jaya Sharma, and this video we will be seeing maths paper 1 lesson number 1 mathematical logic. We will be seeing all the different types of sums from exercise 1.4. This is a table showing algebra of statements. There are different laws stated in this table. Total 10 laws have been stated. Just go through all the laws properly. You can pause the video and take down the laws in your book clearly, and then keep on checking on the laws daily. It may seem a little tedious and difficult to learn, so my request is do not by heart anything, as in when you keep on solving the sums based on these laws, this will automatically fix into your mind. Okay, so let's start solving sums based on these laws. Now first of all, for all the sums which we will be seeing in this video are totally based on the laws which we have seen in the table which is provided in the beginning of this video. Just go through it nicely. What we will do, we'll start with the important ones which are actually repeatedly being used in this first few sums. That is, first one is P implies Q. So we get negation P or Q. P implies Q, it will give you negation P or Q. This is conditional law. And one more is P double implies Q. This gives us P implies Q and Q implies P. And then again for first bracket we will use what we saw in the first line. Okay, so we will get here negation P or Q, and same way for second bracket. See here, when P implies Q we are getting negation P or Q. So here when it is Q implies P, we would get negation Q or P. This is the result for biconditional law. These two are known as conditional laws. Okay. Now one thing a few people suggest that you need to by heart all these laws, but this is my suggestion. Please do not go to by heart anything in mathematics. Just keep on practicing the sums, and whenever you will be using the laws during the sum, it will automatically fit into your mind. Okay, now there is De Morgan's law. Just see the pattern how it is used. Negation of P or Q gives you this negation will go inside and it will be like negation P. This or will become and negation Q. Okay. Same way for negation P or Q. Negation will go inside and will get negation P. This or will now become and negation Q. Okay, so these two laws for now I have explained nicely, because repeatedly we will be using these two laws to solve the sums ahead. Now let's take down the sum. Main question is, using rules of negation, write the negation of the following with justification. Now in that first statement given to us is negation of Q implies P. Now we have to find out negation of the statement given. So you will write its negation is, now first of all just write down the whole statement which is given to us and its negation. So put a negation sign here. Fine, and then we start solving it. Now negation of negation Q implies P. So first of all we will use conditional law from here. Okay, so I will get this negation sign I am writing, and inside the bracket whatever is given I am applying conditional law. What is conditional law? P implies Q. So you get negation P or Q. So when it is negation Q implies P, you will get negation of negation Q, that is Q or P. Okay, and then here we need to state the law which we have used. So I write here conditional law. Okay, and then we will solve this further. Now using De Morgan's law, negation of Q or P, that is this one. Okay, so we will get negation Q and negation P, and I state it as De Morgan's law. We'll write it in the bracket. This shows that in the statement we have used De Morgan's law. This is simplified. Okay, we'll take one more sum in this. Now let's say P or negation Q. So again you start by saying its negation is. Now I write the whole statement first of all and put a negation sign ahead. Okay, so while solving this, what we will get? Negation of P or negation Q, we need to apply De Morgan's law. So I get negation P and negation of negation Q, that will give you Q. Do not forget to write the reason, because they have clearly asked that write negation of the statements with justification. So this will be our justification. Okay, I'll take one more example now. Okay, let's take one more example. P implies P or negation Q. Now in this, again I write its negation is P implies P or negation Q, negation of this whole thing. See how I'm making use of brackets. Okay, so first of all we will take this, we will solve what is inside the bracket using conditional law. Okay, so this outside negation sign I write as it is, and then inside P implies this whole bracket. Okay, now here is P implies Q. Now in place of Q we have this bracket. So what we will get? Negation of P or Q, and in place of Q we have bracket. So we write it like this: negation of P or negation Q. This is the bracket value I have written as it is. Okay, state the reason, conditional law. Then we'll simplify this further. I take it a little on left side. Now I take this negation sign inside. So which law I am using? From here? I'll be taking the negation sign inside. We have OR. So we are using the second law of De Morgan. So negation of negation P would give us P. This will become and then negation of the bracket. So negation P or negation Q. Okay, we will state the reason, De Morgan's law. Fine, and then we'll solve this further. P and, now again take this negation inside. This is again a De Morgan law. So we will get negation P and negation of negation Q, that gives us Q. Reason, De Morgan's law. Okay, this is simplified. Now this is the final answer for the question. Okay, now check the next question. Negation of P and Q or P or negation Q. Now we have to find its negation. I write the whole question first of all. Negation of P and Q or P or negation Q. We are asked to find negation of this whole statement. So I state it like this. Fine. Now we will solve it further. Now first of all, what we will do? Negation of the statement, and inside also we don't have any conditional connective. So we will use De Morgan's law. Negation of P or Q. Okay. So we will get negation of this first bracket, that will give us the first bracket value itself. So I get P and Q. This or will become and negation of the second bracket. So negation P or negation Q. Okay, this I have used here De Morgan's law. Okay, same way I will try to simplify it further. Now what to simplify? This first bracket, nothing can be done. Okay, here we can use De Morgan's law once again. So we write P and Q and negation P and negation of negation Q gives you Q. Simple it is. See, so just state the reason there, De Morgan's law, and the sum is also done. Now our next question is, as I'll select this one, negation of, it's a little lengthy question, so I'm selecting this one. P or negation Q implies P and negation Q. Okay, so let's start solving this. Now, okay, the question was this much, okay, and I have applied the negation because they have asked to find negation of the statement. So we'll apply negation, that is when we write its negation is. I've started from there. Start solving this. And first of all, let the negation sign be outside, and inside we will use conditional law here, that is P implies Q. Conditional law says negation P or Q, so we will get negation P or negation Q, or P and negation Q. Okay, I'll state this in the reason, conditional law. Fine, so let's solve it further. Let's see what we can do. Next, here negation, and check the values inside. There is one full value or connective and one full value, so we can use De Morgan's law here. Fine, so we will get negation of this bracket will give us the bracket value itself. So I get P or negation Q. This or will become and negation of second bracket, so negation P and negation Q. See, I said there is no need of by hearting any of the law. Just take down the sums and keep on solving it again and again. You know, the different types of laws and the usage will automatically fit into your mind. So next, what we can do? Yes, if it is coming to your mind, you're right that this bracket nothing can be done. There's a and connective, negation of P and negation Q. So here we can use De Morgan's law. Very good. So we get P or negation Q, and then apply a De Morgan's law here. You get negation P or negation of negation Q gives us Q. This is it. See, the sum is done. Okay, now I hope it's going good and you're understanding the sums. Let's take one more sum like this. See, by seeing the statements, you will find, oh God, this is such a lengthy statement. Now, how do we solve this? But just nearby practice, you will understand all the laws. Okay, this one I will write again properly. Its negation is, then we write the whole statement, negation P or negation Q, or P and negation Q. We have to find negation of this whole statement, so I put a negation sign here. Fine. Next, what we get now, we will use De Morgan's law. So negation of first bracket, I write it this way, this or will become and negation of second bracket. Okay, and then I state here that I have used De Morgan's law. Okay, simplify it further. Now we'll take this negation inside. Again, it is a De Morgan's law here. Negation of P gives you P, and this one will become and negation of negation Q will give us Q. So here I get P and Q, and this sign and then again applying De Morgan's law here, so we will get negation of P, this will become or, negation of Q becomes Q. Okay, so again one more time we will write De Morgan's law. Okay, so you think this is so simple. Just keep on practicing and you will learn the laws on your own. Our next new type of question is, rewrite the following statements without using if then. This is the conditional statement if then, and we have to remove that conditional if then and then write it in the symbolic form and write it in simple form ahead. Now see, the statement first one is if a man is a judge, then he is honest. Now see, it was already explained to you. If you get if then is a single implication, conditional connective it is. So here whatever is written after if, a man is a judge, this can be taken as first statement, and whatever is written after then, this will become your second statement. Okay, so how we declare this? While writing answer, we will say let P be the statement a man is a judge. Okay, this becomes our first statement P, and I say Q be the statement he is honest. Okay, now we write its symbolic form is P implies Q. Now how do I get this? This full thing is statement P, then Q. So P then Q, that is P implies Q. Now let's solve it by using laws. So from that I will take conditional law. I will get here negation P or Q, and I write here conditional law. Okay, and then it can be written as what? This symbolic statement. Now further it can be written as a man. Okay, see this full statement, I'm going to write it in words now. A man, it's negation P. When P is a man is a judge, negation P is a man is not a judge. So I write a man is not a judge, or, okay, this connective we have used, so or he is honest. See how simple it becomes after using the laws and understanding the question well, first of all. Now second one I have taken, if 2 is a rational number, then root 2 is an irrational number. Okay, so again let's declare the statements. Let P be the statement 2 is a rational number. Okay, and Q be the statement whatever is written after then. This will become our second statement. So Q is a statement root 2 is an irrational number. Okay, now its symbolic form is, let's write this in symbolic form. Its symbolic form is P implies Q. Again I got it from the question. 2 is a rational number, then root 2 is an irrational number. So this is P implies Q. We will solve it by using conditional law. We will get negation P or Q. So you can state there by conditional law, by using conditional law. So next we write it can also be written as. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the symbolic form in a statement form, in word form. So we will write P. What is P? 2 is a rational number. So here negation of P, 2 is not a rational number. 2 is not a rational number, or Q. So root 2 is an irrational number. See, we have removed if then condition. Okay, this is how we will solve question number 2. Rewrite the following statements without using if then. Now our next question is very interesting. They are asking, without using truth table, prove that P double implies Q is equivalent to P and Q, or negation P and negation Q. So what we are going to do is, we will take LHS separately and try to solve it using different conditions, conditional laws, and try to reach what is asked. Fine. Now I have selected this one. It is a pretty lengthy sum. There are multiple laws which are going to be used to solve this sum. It's equally interesting. Let's see how we will solve this. I take the simple values given in LHS. It is P double implies Q. So next we will use that conditional law here, the biconditional law. So that says P implies Q and Q implies P. When it is P double implies Q, it gives us P implies Q and Q implies P. This is our biconditional law. Okay, one by one, just be very attentive towards till the end of the sum, and there will be so many laws which you will understand through this one sum. Now next, we will use conditional law for these two brackets separately. P or Q, it will give us negation P or Q, this and connective as it is, and here negation Q or P. Okay, this is conditional law. We state it in the bracket. So next, what we will do next, just check out kids, I'm going to use distributive law here. See how we will use it. Now in the next statement we will get negation of P or Q and negation Q. Okay, or negation P or Q and P. Okay, this is our distributive law. Now just check out how I have applied this law. We had one bracket. I'll address this as one bracket, okay, so that you understand the law how it is used here. We have one bracket and second bracket. So I'm going to use distributive law for this. So what you take, first bracket and first value of the second bracket. Okay, first bracket and first value of the second bracket, this connective, or then first bracket and second value of the second bracket. Okay, this is how we have applied distributive law. Now again we will be applying distributive law here. Okay, so we will get now here what we will get, negation P or Q and negation Q. So we will get negation P and negation Q or Q and negation Q. Okay, try to understand this. Say I will write negation P and negation Q. Okay, negation P and negation Q in this connective, or Q and negation Q. Okay, so this became the first bracket using distributive law, and then this or operator in between. In the second bracket again we will use a distributive law here also. So we will get negation P and P, okay, or Q and P. Okay, I hope you have understood this. We will write down the reason also. Here we have used distributive law. You can just go back in the video and try to check this step again and again, and try to follow it by writing P, Q statements, which we have already taken in the table in the beginning of the video. Okay, now solving it further. Next we will one more new law I'm going to use now ahead. This is called as complement law. Now what is complement law? If you have Q and negation Q, it will give you F. If you have negation P and P, it will give you F. See, if you put a let's say if you put true value in place of Q, okay, T, and negation of Q will be F. So T and F, what you get? F. And then here again, suppose if negation P is T, and so P will be its negation, that is negation P is T, then P will be F. So negation P and P, that is T and F, again it gives you F. This is complement law. So we will use that. First bracket we will write as it is, negation P and negation Q, or, and here in place of Q and negation Q we will get F, or here we will get F or Q and P. Okay, I will write it here, complement law. As many sums you solve, that much you will understand the laws better, and it will fix in your mind ahead. So next we get negation P and negation Q. Okay, I was going to write this directly, but this is idempotent law which we are using next. I will state the law and then I'll explain. Okay, see what we have done here. A bracket value or f will give you that bracket value itself. That is, let's say if you had p or f, will give you p. If you have f or p, it will give you p. So that we have got here using idempotent law. So next, solving it ahead, I will use what I'll do, I'll write it as p and q. Q and p can be written as p and q. That is commutative law. So next I get first value, I have written like this, same as it is, or connective, and here I am writing p and q. Okay, I have used here commutative law. See how many laws we have used to solve this sum. It's very interesting. Once you get a hold over this sums and laws, becomes very interesting. Now you will be thinking why I have done this. When q and p was written, why we have taken it as p and q? It's because, see, in question we are asked p and q, so I have taken commutative law here, right? And then again in question, this bracket is first and this one is second, and see what we have got. So again we'll have to swap it like this. Same law will be applicable. So we get next p and q or negation p and negation q, right? I state the reason again, commutative law. So here we have reached what is asked in RHS. So I write here LHS is equivalent to RHS here, or you can also write LHS equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay, now next sum, check this out. It's seeming very lengthy question. Negation p or negation q implies p and negation q equivalent to p or negation q and negation p or q. Do not get scared of these questions. These are very easy, and this one is the very short one. See, we will take LHS first of all. Let's start solving it. Okay, LHS value given is p or negation q implies p and negation q. Fine. Now here p implies q. Conditional law, if you remember, p implies q is negation p or q. So that we will use here, and we will get negation of first bracket or second bracket as it is. Right? We'll write the reason, conditional law. Okay. Next step, what we get again here, negation of p or q. So simple, our De Morgan's law. Negation of this bracket will be that bracket value itself. So we write it. This or will become and negation of the second bracket. Okay, this is De Morgan's law. Next step, what we can do, first bracket will come as it is, nothing can be done, and operator and connective, and here negation of p and negation q. Again we can use De Morgan's law, so we get negation p or negation of negation q gives you q. I'll state the reason here, De Morgan's law. And then what can be done? Oh, we have already reached what is asked. This is RHS. So what can be done next? We can write LHS equal to RHS, hence proved. So see, if you go on practicing, all the laws can be understood properly. No need to by heart anything in mathematics. Just mere rigorous practice can make you champion in maths.